You have a question? Oh, yes, I have an answer. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is another episode of Ask James. Let's get to our email. Hey James, I recently found out my nephew is gay and on the down low. I won't go into details about how I know he is gay because I don't know who follows you and the details would give me away. He has many aunts. I know without a doubt he is definitely sleeping with men. He prefers being a top, but will occasionally be on bottom as well as toss salad. His words, not mine. Okay. He recently accepted his calling and is a minister in a Baptist church. His father is the pastor of the church where he ministers. I understand why he is on the down low because he comes from a large family of 7 boys and 2 girls, and being gay would not be accepted in this family very well. I think realizing he was gay is one reason why he was depressed and contemplated suicide at one time during college. Wow. I have no problem with him being gay or in the closet. Here's my problem. He has taken up with a nice young lady and her son at the church where he ministers, and his father is the pastor. I know he has no desire for this young woman and is just doing it because this is what is expected of him as a man and a minister in this family. I know that this young lady has no idea that he is on the down low. She is around for show, so people will stop asking him, "Where is your girlfriend?" since he is the oldest child and all his brothers bring their girlfriends around. The girl thinks that he is really living a Christian life because they are celibate. They are celibate because he is sleeping with men, which means that he's not celibate, she's celibate. Anyway, let me keep reading. Should I just mind my business and watch him ruin this young lady's life, or should I say something? If so, how? My nephew doesn't know that I know he's gay, and I don't want to make him suicidal or depressed again. I just believe that you should be open and honest with a person. Let it be their choice to continue this relationship or even be in a relationship with a gay or bisexual man. I don't know. Maybe he is trying to change. I value your advice. Please help. Okay, this is a sticky one. So let's talk about, see, I'm going to cover a couple different things here. Let's talk about what the outcome can be. So we'll just talk about that first. So you already know that your nephew has actually battled with some suicidal tendencies and depression. So this, if you feel as though this is going to throw him into that, then you have to deal with that. You're actually dealing with the issue of actually outing him to the family. Is he actually going to be ostracized from the family and from the church and all of that? So those are the things that you have to weigh. You know, should I do this? Should I not do this? Because again, like you said, you couldn't even say very much in the email because you're afraid that if you say too much, it's going to actually be, you know, the information is going to be outed. So you have all that on your plate to deal with. Then the other thing is, let me ask you this. I'm going to play devil's advocate for a minute. If he was a heterosexual and he was cheating on her with another woman in the church, would you go to her and tell her? Because if not, then you're dealing with a little bit of hypocrisy. So just throwing that out there. I'm actually not going to say. I'm not going to say. Because me personally, I would mind my business. I would mind my business on that. He's your nephew, and I don't think you're not a good friend of hers or anything like that. If I was a good friend of hers, then I would tell my friend. I would tell my friend what I knew. But you're not a good friend of hers. You're his aunt. And it just puts you in a bad place because you're basically outing your nephew. You're outing your nephew. You already know he has some issues lying dormant. It just puts you in a bad place. I can't tell you whether you should or you shouldn't. Me personally on this, it's a bit too deep. It's a bit too deep, and I would have to really mind my business on this one. I wouldn't touch this one with a 10-foot pole. He is actually in God's house doing all this carrying on. God will take care of it. And that's the way that I would actually go with it. I don't think I would want to be the person who brought the drama, because there's going to be drama with that. There's going to be much, much drama with that situation. And I would not want to be the person that was in that, because you're going to lose. And you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Whatever relationship you and your nephew have, I doubt that y'all would have it afterwards. He and the woman, that's just going to be a snowball that goes straight to hell. I think I would have to let the big man handle this one. And again, like I said, this calamity and confusion is actually taking place in God's house. God will take care of it. And I would definitely step back and let him. I would step back and let him. I wouldn't put that on her. And I think the thing that scares me most is the whole suicidal thing. To hell with whether the family ostracizes them. I mean, that is what it is. You don't want to be the person that did that, but you definitely don't want blood on your hands. So that would be the piece that would kind of keep me away. I wouldn't want any blood on my hands. Like I said, it's happening in God's house. Let God take care of it. That would be my advice. Now, I hope this helps. I thank you very much for writing in. Girl, that is a sticky, sticky, sticky situation. And it is messy. It's very, very messy. And very unfair to the young lady. Very unfair to that young lady. Yeah, I don't even know what more to say about that. So I'm just going to leave this alone. Like I said, let the big man do his work. Anyway, all right. Thank you so much for writing in. I will talk to you guys soon. Later. You have something you need to get off your chest or something you need some help with? I'll give it my best shot. Send me an email to spillitboy@gmail.com, and in the title line, you want to put Hey James to make sure that I actually see it. If you don't put Hey James in the subject line, I'm not going to see it. It's going to continue to be an issue. So send me an email and we'll talk about it. Later.